Welcome everyone. In this video, we're going to talk through some updates to the Yellow Aggro deck due to the new cards from the Legend of Lil's expansion. So right now, there's been 50 cards that have been released for the Legend of Lil's expansion early. And when we look at them, there's one card in particular that is really a missing piece that Yellow Aggro needs, and that is Mount Fuji. So what Mount Fuji says is whenever this relic enters play, each player names a penguin card. Penguins of those names lose all abilities. Whenever another location enters play, ice this relic. So right now, Mount Fuji is actually really powerful because there aren't really a lot of other locations that have been released. And so therefore, right, it's actually kind of hard to get rid of Mount Fuji. I mean, there is a little more relic removal than before. The reason Mount Fuji is so important is the one card that was really difficult for Yellow Aggro is Popcorn Penguin. And Mount Fuji, you can basically play this in response to Popcorn Penguin, and that allows you to kind of neutralize the Popcorn Penguin before it even ices any one of your penguins. So before we were playing Gotham, but one of the challenges with Gotham is, right, first of all, the Popcorn Penguin gets a 2-for-1 no matter what. Second of all, if you're playing Bizbunk, not a rod anymore can protect the Gotham or can protect the Popcorn Penguin. And then lastly, right, they might play an inspiring story first or a sliding penguin. So Mount Fuji gets around all of those things and it just really neutralizes popcorn very well. So we've basically taken out the Gothams and put it in the Mount Fuji. The other card we're trying out is PoppinPete. PoppinPete basically will just allow you to get a little more tempo against inspiring story or other relic decks. And so, maybe against the snow globe as well. Although against the snow globe, right, we still have put your flippers in the air as the finisher. So, right, we're playing PoppinPete here as the finisher. I think we then have basically PoppinPete. We're not as the finisher. So we're playing PopPinPete here because also 2 Vibe Penguin, which means it works with the Penguin who might bring a +1. So we're playing 3 copies of this just to try it out. This is to be transparent. I've not played any games with this yet. I was just kind of thinking about this. And also, I just want to give a special shout out to Pokemon Face. So Pokemon Face inspired me to kind of make this, to kind of give this deck another thought with the Mount Fuji edition, due to some discussions we were having. And so again, if you don't know Pokemon Face is probably one of the best, if not the best, aggro players we have in terms of deck building. Always coming up with really optimizations on existing decks we have, on really how to eke the most win rate out of them, and also on like different ways to play the decks. So I've learned a lot from various things that they have shared. So definitely pay attention whenever they say anything about an aggro deck. And if you don't know how the yellow aggro shell works, right, I've made lots of other videos about this. It's one of the most common decks I've covered. So just watch one of the older videos about it. Everything about how to play this deck is still the same, with the one exception being basically the discussions we had about Mount Fuji and PoppinPete. Okay, let's jump into some games. All right, so looking at our hand, so we definitely want to keep the card draw. So one drop and card draw is good. We can get rid of the Not Your Keys and the BuddyUp. The one thing that maybe we should be hard mulliganing for Mount Fuji. I'm not sure about that. So we'll try it like this to see. But yeah, I guess maybe we should have just been hard looking for, or maybe even keeping the Not Your Keys for popcorn. So, oh, okay. Well, we got Mount Fuji, so everything is perfect. Okay, so I think we actually put the Penguin who zooms down just because, right, we have yeah, we'll get enough other penguins. And we have the 2 yellow pages, which is way better card draw than Penguin who zooms because Penguin who zooms, right, you play that. So it's basically it just becomes a 3 pudge 3 to draw a card for 3 fish because you have to replay the Penguin who zooms. Okay, so we play the this one. Okay, so we got the PoppinPete, nice. So we'll keep the PoppinPete. Well, I guess because we have so much card draw, we should probably I think we'll play the PoppinPete as a rod. We're still very far away from relics getting played. And well, maybe we didn't need to play a rod. Because that's kind of like because next turn, yeah. Because if we win the vibe check, well, if we win the vibe check and draw a card, maybe we just play Mount Fuji proactively here. Okay, well, it's a yellow deck. So against a yellow deck, we won't need to play Mount Fuji proactively. Okay. So in the yellow mirror match, what do we need? Um, hmm. So we could need, well, we just need to go wider than them. So we basically just need card draw. So PoppinPete probably not so useful. Um, but I don't really see the need. Well, maybe they have Yum Yum. So maybe I play Mount Fuji on Penguin that doesn't mind goodbyes. Is that a reasonable play? Hmm. Or I could play it on Daydreaming. But yeah, so because if this is a Yum Yum deck, I don't want them to play Penguin that doesn't mind goodbyes. But I'll hold this back in case I need to learn more about what deck they're playing. Um, and I guess we'll play PoppinPete as a rod just because, right? We have the 2 card draws, so I think we're not going to run out of stuff to do, but we'll see. And we do really want to be losing the vibe checks. So yeah, this is looking like it's the yellow aggro mirror. Okay, so one of the goals will be to definitely lose the vibe check. So we will play like this so we lose the vibe check. And then yeah, maybe they will remove the PotStirringPenguin. Okay, so then we'll end up tying the vibe check. But theoretically, we should have enough to play the next check the yellow pages next turn. Um yeah, I'm really thinking this is an aggro yellow deck because Wizard Penguin is not usually there's not usually space in Yum Yum lists for it. So okay, so we got 2 penguins. So it's not the end of the world. So we'll have enough next turn to still play the check the yellow pages. Okay, so do I want to play? Okay, so I'll want to play. Okay, so I want to play the check the yellow pages next turn, and I potentially want to. Do I want to use the daydreaming on the wizard penguin? Probably. So I think I have to do it like this. Because I don't want the wizard penguin to come in flopped. And then the question is, do I play a rod? Do I play the MountFuji as a rod? Or the yellow wizard penguin? Or no rods. Okay, so we're gonna get 5. We're gonna have Pudge next turn for 2. Okay, how many? 10, 11. I think we need to play a rod. Okay, I think I'm gonna play the wizard penguin as a rod. I don't think we'll need more penguins. Maybe I'm wrong here. Um, and hopefully the yellow pages will hit. Okay, so yeah, so let's play the yellow pages first. Let's see what we get. And then we'll probably remove the wizard penguin. Because I'm starting to think this is gonna be some sort of yum yum deck. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, so we got another wizard penguin. So hmm. Should we get rid of the wizard penguin? It's not hurting us per se, but maybe I think we'll get rid of it. Because also I remember, I think it was again, Pokemon Face was just telling me that in this matchup, if it's Yum Yum, you just need to remove all their penguins aggressively. So if that's the case, then I think we just keep doing that. And I really don't want to be winning the vibe check because I want to actually get the extra cards. So okay, so we have Flipper, so we have our finisher. It's 9, 10, 11. Okay, so it's still gonna take 3 turns. So hmm. Yeah, the reason I don't wanna play Mount Fuji maybe is because they probably have Mount Fuji as well, and so if they play Mount Fuji, I wanna play it in response. Um, but I would definitely play it against Penguin that doesn't mind goodbyes. Or maybe, like, Extrovert. But again, right, we have flippers to win the vibe check, so I'm not really sure. Somehow I ran out of cards here. Well, I guess I ran out of so I played too many rods. I guess I shouldn't have played this Wizard Penguin as a rod. Maybe even the Penguin who zooms. Maybe that was silly to play as a rod. So, because somehow I've run out of cards, and so let's see. Or maybe they like play a Lucky Penguin. Then I want to use the Mount Fuji on the Lucky Penguin. Um, or getting a Not Your Keys. So the nice thing about this version of the deck is you do run the Prepare for Wild Night. Okay, cool. So we ended up winning. All right, so we had a really fast start. I'm not sure exactly what they were playing. Mount Fuji did not do anything for us, but it was still good because if they played a popcorn, like let's say that they played a popcorn here. Again, right? This is one of the issues with Mount Fuji where you want to be losing the vibe check. Because if they played a popcorn, but let's say that they had initiative, they play the popcorn here. Mount Fuji would do so well at protecting this board from the popcorn. So anyway, okay, good. Good start to the first game. New cards did absolutely nothing, but that's how it sometimes goes. All right, let's get ready for the next one. All right, so looking at this hand, I think we just want a hard mulligan for card draw. I think maybe let's keep the flying penguin and let's just look for card draw. So I do think, well, I do wonder about the flying penguin because we do want to actually lose the vibe checks. So maybe that's not even right. Especially because we don't have any card draw. I guess the good news is we do have NotYourKeys for the okay, well, we have MountFuji as well now. Okay, so hmm. Okay, so we can use the well, against green, BuddyUp is so good. So maybe we keep the BuddyUp. And I think I'm actually gonna not play the Flying Penguin because I want to lose the vibe check because I just need more cards. And I think against green, we never want to win the vibe check. So I think we will try to lose the vibe check on purpose and we'll just try to okay, so we got card draw. So okay, so had we played the Flying Penguin, well, we still wouldn't have been able to get the check the yellow pages off next turn. So okay, so we got card draw. Okay, so I think we'll play the hmm, yeah, we'll play the Flying Penguin. I guess we'll I guess we'll just hope we draw a penguin. We have 2 draws. So in the 2 draws, we just really need to get one pudge. So if we don't get 1 pudge, then I play this too greedy. But I think right, so much of this deck is penguins, over half of it. Well, we missed on the first draw. So maybe now I really wish I had the PenguinWhoZooms in my hand. Well, okay, so either way, we have to play MountFuji this turn. So it's not the end of the world. Okay, so we did get a penguin. Okay, so we'll play the NotYourKeys as the as that. And okay, we'll search for the popcorn. Okay, so we'll deactivate the popcorn with the MountFuji. And then we're gonna be off to the races. I think, yeah, it is a little bit slow of a start because we'll get the check yellow pages next turn and then the prepare for a wild night later. So if I had the penguin who zooms here and played this less greedy, it still wouldn't help early. So I think either way, we're in a good position. So yeah, so with the popcorn deactivated, we yeah, because green doesn't really have anything else, any other good tools against getting swarmed. So let's see what they picked. Pot stirring penguin. Okay, that's fine. Um, I'm surprised. Maybe the penguin that does mind goodbyes, I would maybe expect people to choose in certain situations. But I guess I understand why they don't. So without pot stirring's penguin, that does mean we need to go a little wider for Buddy Up to work. But I think right, we have no problem going wide with this deck. I do wonder if we should remove the popcorn penguin at some point in case they're playing some sort of removal, some sort of relic removal. But okay, so anyway, we'll play that, and we'll play this. And now, do we want to play a rod? I think I think we do want to play a rod just because we're gonna draw with check the yellow pages this turn. So our goal is gonna be yeah, check the yellow pages this turn, and then next turn we'll play the prepare for a wild night. So so this is a great example of so whether we win or lose this game, you can see that Mount Fuji is just was so critical on the popcorn turn. Okay, so we got PoppinPete. Okay, that is maybe not useful. Um, if they play, I mean, maybe they'll have some sort of relic, like an inspiring story, but inspiring story doesn't really matter to us because we're gonna win with Buddy Up. Okay, perfect. Flying penguin is just what we needed. So the question is, can we get the penguin that's late to the party activated? 4 to 5, definitely not this turn. So okay, so we'll play one PoppinPete as a rod because yeah, because there's no way that we don't want to return our own Mount Fuji. So I guess in this situation, we do have to play the penguin who's late to the party in its non big form, just because it's like we wanted to be able to if with prepare for wild night we draw another card, draw a card that we can play them both. The one disadvantage is we might be weak to stay clam here. Like there's a chance. So yeah, because we wanted to have 6 pudge. And it's good that we have the wizard penguin because with the wizard penguin with Buddy Up, we only have to flop 1 penguin. Now, I think one of the okay, so this is okay, so yeah, I've been wondering about Be Weird, Be Silly if this is a good card or not. So in this situation here, it kind of did nothing. Wait, what? Why didn't I get it in my hand? Okay, so this is an issue. Be Weird, Be Silly should return this to my hand, and it didn't. So okay, let me just make a bug report on that. Unless I'm missing something here. Let me reread this. Choose an action, cancel it, return it to its owner's hand, draw a card. Yeah, so I should have gone into my hand. So theoretically, I should be able to play Prepare for Wild Night here. Now, I don't know if that would be the difference between winning or losing the game, but basically, this was the equivalent of Prepare for Wild Night, basically getting 0 cards. Um, so I'm not sure if that's going to end up mattering, but right. So if they play Stay Clam here, we're going to lose. Is there a way we can? Okay, so we definitely don't need Pop and Pete. Um, yeah, so we'll play Pop and Pete as the rod. So yeah, so we lose to Stay Clam. I don't think that there's anything we can do about that, but we can. Okay, so we'll lose to Stay Clam. But again, I think had we had we gotten the Prepare for Wild Night back, I don't know if that would actually have made a difference because then we needed well we could have if we got a Not Your Keys, then we could maybe beat a Stay Clam. So I'm not sure, but let's see. So if the Stay Clam comes here, that's what we would lose to. And if they have like a Walk the Runway, it's fine because then we'll win with Put Your Flippers next turn. Right? Because they can with a Walk the Runway drop us down from 14. So I guess theoretically we could have played Pop and Pete. Um okay, so let's see. Let's see if it comes back to our hand this time. So if it came back to our hand, if it stays in our hand, okay, so if if it comes to our hand here, right? Then we play it again and we basically win the game. So now if we now play put your flippers 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 14, gets us 16. No, so that's not gonna I mean we'll do it, but it's not gonna right. They can basically use Success Penguin on Romulus who roams. But yeah, so we should have won this for sure. Um, but I guess we are not going to because of the bug. Now, yeah, I guess it's a little yeah. Okay, so basically we lost because of be weird, be silly, not working as it's intended. So I'm gonna call this a win. Um, definitely a little frustrating, but that's what happens sometimes with the way the cards were released early. So anyway, okay, so I'm gonna say it's 2 wins for 0, even though you're gonna see that it's not a win here. And yeah, okay, cool. All right, let's go to the next game. All right, jumping to the next game. So we've got card draw, we've got pot stirring. So I guess we got rid of the daydreaming. Just looking for maybe we keep it. No, let's look because if we got a flying penguin, that would be even better. Okay, we got PoppinPete. Not ideal. Okay, we got MountFuji. Okay, so we'll keep the MountFuji. PoppinPete, I think, is the least important here because we have the pot stirring. Okay, so we're gonna play Bash Globe. Okay, well, or maybe some sort of red deck, but let's assume this is Bash Globe. Okay, so if this is Bash Globe, then what is happening here? Hmm. So okay, so we'll definitely. So it's good we got the MountFuji. We need one more yellow penguin in order to get the card draw going. Okay, so it's not Bash Globe, it's some sort of red. Maybe it's like the red version of Bash Globe. Alright, so at this point, I think we have way too much card draw. Even I would say this is too much card draw. So let's go look for okay, we missed there. Okay, so that's kind of unfortunate. And so we need what? Okay, so we need another right. So Peace Out Penguin should be very good against yellow. So I could use a Mount Fuji on the Peace Out Penguin, I guess. But okay, so we got another flippers. Okay, so we really need, yeah, like a flying penguin would be really good here. Um, or a penguin who zooms could also be acceptable. So we do have all this card draw. So maybe with all this card draw, we can get through these peace outs. I do wonder, okay, so we do have the flying. Okay, so let's go for the card draw this turn. I do wonder, maybe next turn we would consider doing the Mount Fuji on the piece out. If I drew another Mount Fuji, I could definitely do that. So let's go to lose a vibe check. So if they use a piece out here, I guess the thing is though, there's nothing really high priority for them. Okay, so we get a pretty hard, we get a miss there. I mean, at least we get our check the yellow pages back. So, okay, yeah. I think we're still good. Okay, so PenguinWhoZooms, that's good at least. We'll get another card draw out of that. Okay, yeah, so it's good we kept the Mount Fuji. So let's play the Mount Fuji first. On the popcorn. And then we'll also play the I guess we'll play the PenguinWhoZooms on the Penguin who might bring a +1, I guess. 1, 2. Well, we'll see. I guess they're gonna pick pot stirring, right? So if they pick pot stirring, there's no way. What do they pick? Oh, Penguin who doesn't mind goodbyes. Okay. So we'll play the Penguin who zooms, I guess. Um I guess okay, so I guess we'll play the other Mount Fuji as a okay, I need to think through this. Okay, we'll play the Penguin who zooms on the Penguin that doesn't mind goodbyes. And I guess we'll play the other Mount Fuji as the rod. Okay, we'll pass here. All right, so the popcorn got deactivated. Then we'll do the, well, we have, yeah, we'll do the check the yellow pages. So hopefully we'll draw. We'll hit a bit better on the draw. If we get 2, that would be really nice. Let's see what we get. Okay, so we get 2. Nice. Okay, so next turn, we're going to go really wide next turn. And then we also have the Prepare for a Wild Night. So, okay. Okay, we got another Mount Fuji. So we could maybe deactivate the peace outs in certain situations. So, okay, the little zoomer come. Okay, that's not a problem because we're not really. Yeah, wow, we got even more card draw. Okay, so we're gonna play both pot stirrings. Because we're gonna play double card draw this turn. So we might as well play I guess we'll play the other Mount. Well, I am still thinking I might swap out the Mount Fuji. Could I do that next? No, because we're gonna get 2 more turns. So I think, yeah, because if they end up like really reducing the size of the board, we're gonna just have so many cards. Okay, so we just play. I think we just go all out. And we'll just yeah, so okay, so we'll start with the check the with the prepare for wild night because maybe we'll get a, if we get a not your keys. What did we get? We got a buddy up. Okay, then I guess we'll just draw more. Yeah, so this might be the thing where maybe I shouldn't have used the other because I could have played like Mount Fuji to deactivate the peace out penguins, and then after that I would be able to yeah, I could do that on the peace out penguins, and then I'd be able to, what's it called? To let the popcorn remove a penguin and just have way plenty. Okay, so we have the daydreaming, so that'll be good for knocking them off. I'm still like I'm definitely okay, so I'm out of card draw now, and I'm definitely very light on finishers, right? Okay, so they're at 14. So we'll use the daydreaming. Okay, so the daydreaming, and we have not your keys. So those will each buy us a turn. So I think we will, I guess we'll, because yeah, this turn, do we need, we have 4 vibe. Okay, so I think we do the daydreaming, we do that, and then we just, okay, we just start drawing. Okay. Because next turn we'll yeah, so we have, okay, so we have the not your keys, which is good. Okay, so we'll remove the popcorn, which is also good. So now, okay, so if I had kept a second Mount Fuji, um, that would have enabled me to then use the popcorn, like to then switch over to peace out penguin instead of popcorn penguin. So maybe I should have kept the other Mount Fuji, although what I really need is I need more finishers here. So if we go back to the beginning of vibes, red was always a good matchup into yellow aggro because of peace out penguin, and they drew 2 peace out penguins here. So I think there's a a decent chance that this is going to be difficult for us. Although, okay, so they're going to spend. Okay, so I think that's okay. That doesn't like because they're still off of 14 now. So yeah, so they're down. They're now down to 13. So that will just buy us one more turn, right? We're just trying to because we can use. It's all just about. Um, yeah, next turn. Okay, so they're gonna go. They're gonna go like that. So we'll use the not your keys on the peace out penguin, and that's going to make the peace out penguin fizzle. And then they can use the other peace out penguin. But at that point, we've basically taken care of both peace out penguins, which is fine by me. Because now when we look at what kind of the situation is after this turn, we've really set them back quite a bit. And we have just so many more cards in them. So I think, um, yeah, I think this is good. Right. Because, like, look at their board now. They have only small things. So BuddyUp. Okay. So we've managed to eat through both peace out penguins. And we still have the penguin that doesn't mind goodbyes because, right, with the not a rot anymore, it doesn't fizzle. Okay, and we're gonna draw even more cards. Wow, this is like yellow aggro firing on all cylinders here. And this is why when you play yellow aggro, you really wanna okay, what are they? Yeah, they can't even get Buddy Up, Pot Stirring Penguin. And they're really, really, really worried about Pot Stirring Penguin. Okay, so they're at 14 again. Okay, so here, so I think we go for card draw. Okay, so is this gonna come out big? Yeah, so we can make this be big. And wait, why is it not big? Oh, did I miscount? 1, 2. Hmm. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it should have gotten big, right? Um. Okay, so that might be weird. Okay, so I guess I'll just play. Um. I'll play another one, I guess. Yeah. Let's see if this one gets big. Okay, this one got big. Oh, I was counting Mount Fuji as a penguin. Okay. Well, Mount Fuji is not a penguin for everyone watching. Will definitely tell me that. So I think, yeah, I think I'll play this just like this, I guess, just to get to 16, just to get to 16 permanents. And so we should be able just to win with a buddy up here. Oh no, wait, well, we already have initiative, so they have to play something. And yeah, they don't play anything, so then we're just gonna win with the penguin that doesn't mind goodbyes. Okay, cool. So what we saw there, I mean, obviously a mistake. I should have played the daydreaming penguin instead of this first penguin who's late to the party. But okay, so yeah, but right, what we can see here is the Mount Fuji MVP of the game for sure because they play the popcorn, I played the Mount Fuji, and that stopped them from getting any value from the popcorn. And the Peace Out Penguins, while yes, it's good they get a 2-for-1, like just look at this card draw. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 card draw here. And then on top of that, Penguin that doesn't mind goodbyes with the 2 zooms and another one here. So that was, so much card draw that red just can't keep up with it without the popcorn. So okay, cool. So let's take a look back at the deck list. Yeah, so let's reflect on what happened today. So when we let's just pull up the deck list first. Okay, so when we look at the deck list here, okay, so PoppinPete was pretty useless. Now we didn't play any Bash Globes, so maybe, but again, right, it doesn't work on Snow Globe. So PoppinPete would be good at taking on Inspiring Story, but again, Yellow Aggro is not really that weak to Inspiring Story. The main problem with Inspiring Story was always that Inspiring Story gets their Popcorn Penguin out of Gotham range. So I think overall, yeah, you could maybe cut these out and put in other penguins, like put in the penguin that doesn't mind, or the penguin. Yeah, so let's see. I would put in the what's it called? The falling leaves. I think right, if you're really just trying to play a good game, I think this might be better than the Pop and Pete. Something like this, I would maybe suggest playing. But either way, overall, okay, so we played 3 games. We won the first and the third one, and the second one, I am almost certain we would have won if it were not for the bugs associated with the be weird, be silly, because we still almost won even with both of those. I mean, I think the first one would have maybe not made a difference, but the second one for sure, because if the buddy up came back to our hand, we would have played the buddy up, and then yeah, we still would have been able to win from that position. Maybe they at that point had like a um they would have drawn a like walk the runway, which at that point they could have used to then get us off of 14, and then we maybe needed to go one more turn, but then we had to prepare for the wild night. So and we still had the would have had the flippers at that point. So overall, I feel yeah, I feel like this deck is very strong now. The Mount Fuji is exactly what it needed. So yeah, so if you're looking for quick climbing on the ladder, definitely can recommend this. So yeah. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.